Okay. My mic's on, isn't it? Hey. Yo, what is up, chat? Chat. What's good? Alright, I'm gonna turn my webcam on. Yo. Alright, it's tilted. There we go. Move it a little this way as well. This way, or I want to move it? I'm in frame. Okay, I gotta read a little bit of chat. Soot Whisker, dude. Oh yeah, Coin. I forgot that we have the same birthday, dude. It's still so wild to me that that we have the same birthday. Did you say I have the cookies? I have the cookies. There's still 2. But yeah, I still got the cookies. Basically, for context, what's it called? Muslim lady. She bought me some cookies for my birthday. It was in a box of 6. And you might be thinking, if you're smart and you did the math, you might be thinking, then you ate 4 cookies? I ate 2. That's still bad. Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. I'm gonna... What do you mean, how do I? I know how to do this. Done this a million times before. I'm a genius. That's how I do it. That's how I adjust it. Okay. What was I saying? ¿Qué hora nos marcamos? Tal vez a las como 7. Oh. I'm gonna change the song. This one's a good one. Okay, so yeah, I gave 2 cookies, 1 to my mom, 1 to my brother, and then I ate the other 2. I like food, dude. I love food so much. Clean your bed. Oh, I forgot that you guys could see my bed. Hold on. Sí, 7 de mi hora. I'm gonna make my bed. I'm gonna add the, Oh no, I made him self-aware. He's gaining consciousness. Notice, I just like... I used to make my bed, like, for every stream in my old house. I used to make my bed for every stream, every video, because it would be in the background. But now, especially like for this camera, you can see my bed, definitely. But when I use, because for my videos, I use something different. I use my phone on this, like, I have this phone stand here, and it just like, I put my phone here. Actually, I'm not going to show that just in case it like, okay. I mean, my wallpaper isn't anything too personal, but like, what if somebody sends me a notification? It's like, hey man, you know, just letting you know that your address, you know, because I get texts like that a lot, right? That's what my friends do. They're always just texting me my address, you know? I don't know. But it's like, I'll put my phone here for the camera, and so that way it's like head on instead of, you know, facing the side. But is this music loud? I feel like it's really loud. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, and a different song. Let's do this one, and then I can go from this one to the next one. These are... Ooh, this one's a good one. I love all Animal Crossing songs. Animal Crossing music is so good, dude. That's like all I use in my music, that's all I use in my videos. It's just Animal Crossing music, because it's just so good. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I like for like my streams and any videos like doing gaming stuff. I like having this camera much better. I like having like the side angle. But for like a video that I'm talking to the camera, again, yeah, I am talking to the camera. And I guess I could always just like turn. That's not a bad idea, actually. The only problem is that I feel like my phone has a higher quality, and like higher color grading. So it's like I use this, but like I want to look directly at the camera. Honestly, this is a much better view of my setup though. Like you can see the table and my bookshelf and my bed and the closet, and well, right now this is only here for my birthday. This thing. You can tell you're not used to it. Not used to what? So many books, what a nerd. Screw you, I am a nerd. So what? I'm gonna talk about my books now. This book. I just finished this book like last week. I mean, you can see it right here. Stephen Johnson, where good ideas come from, the natural history of innovation. I know you play chess for fun. I do play chess for fun. It's a fun game to play. But it's very interesting. Originally, no, it's not. Yes, it is, dude. It's hard. It is. I'm not too good. I'm probably very rusty. When I used to play it all the time. I used to play it with my dad. I need to start doing that more often. Sorry, and then but now I don't. But I used to play like mainly just bots. But I got like on like a decently high elo, and I was like playing and beating them on the app. But anyways, I got off track. Dominoes are better. This book, I got it at a used bookstore. I love going to, like, used bookstores are amazing, dude. They don't always have, like, a specific book you're looking for, but they're always so cheap. This book, for example, originally, says here the price, the US price, is $27. I got it for $6.50. So $20 off of that book, right? And so I got it. I was like, where good ideas come from? And I got it a couple years ago, and I saw it at the store. And I was like, ooh, I could get this. What did I miss? New room? Huh? Yeah, I mean, this is the new set. This is my only, like, my third. I haven't streamed in a while. Honestly, when was my last stream? Because my last stream was the one where I ate the spicy foods. That was April 18th, so over a month ago since I've streamed. I've just been focused, well, because I've been focused more on making videos rather than streams. And I've also been, you know, like this past weekend, I went to Six Flags for my birthday. So I got a little bit of editing done in the morning, actually. That's something that I've been trying to get more consistent at, is like cutting out time. Like I need to, dude, I'm out of touch somehow. A little bit. It's the setup, it is pretty recent. And also, again, like I've talked about it in, well, because I've only streamed 3 times, I think, since I moved. Yeah. So, and I don't address it at all in any of my videos. So, you know, I don't know, it is a little crazy to think, like, to me, this is already starting to feel like home. It's already starting to feel like, you know, like it's my house. You know, like I'm very used to it now. But for you guys, it really hasn't. Jeez, the lasagna in the background. I know, dude, I put it back up. And I still have the other 2 that I have right here. I still need to put these up. I put that one up as soon as I got the bookshelf. I've been procrastinating these. Maybe I can do them later in the stream. But basically, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that it's like, in total, there's like, on my channel, there's like probably less than 5 hours of content. I mean, there's a 2-hour stream, 220, plus a 40-minute stream. So that's just 3 hours. Not even 4 hours, honestly, of content here. So, still, like, very new. He looks so sad I'm giving hearts. Dude. That's what I feel like my resting face is either, like, depressed or, or like angry, or just like dead. Anyways, what I was saying, I was talking about this book. I got it at the bookstore, and I saw it, and I was like, where good ideas come from? And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna buy this and read it to get better video ideas, right? To be able to think of video ideas. And so I bought the book. Never ended up reading it until, I think about like 2 months ago. I was like, I need to start reading again. It's been, you know, I haven't been reading in a while, and it's, you know, reading is a pretty good thing. You know, I pride myself on being smart. I get really good grades in school, and I was thinking, like, I'm proud of myself for that, and I like being smart. And reading is a way to not only, like, stay smart, but, like, be even smarter. And also, like, again, I was like, well, maybe this will give me, like, good video ideas. And so I started reading it, and, you know, I was like, ooh, this is a little interesting. And, you know, I kind of realized, like, as I was reading it, that I don't really need the best video ideas. Like, the thing I need the most is to get my content better. What I need, genuinely, what I'm kind of trying to improve on is to get funny, because I'm not really funny. And that's something that's very important for my channel's style, is to be funny. I will say I have my moments, but I still think I should put makeup on you for a video. I'll think about it. That wouldn't be a bad video, honestly. That would be pretty fun. We'll have to arrange something. Is my camera? It's not focusing. I'm gonna raise my chair a little bit. It's already all the way up. Okay, never mind. That's embarrassing. Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, but it's still, like, on its own, even without the context of YouTube, the book is still so interesting, and it goes into detail about, like, what environments, short point, indeed, about what environments actually, like, produce innovation, and about what things are needed to create new ideas. It talks about the adjacent possible, which is, it's essentially like how ideas build off of each other. And it's very nice because the first chapter is about the adjacent possible, and the final chapter is about platforms, and both of them kind of express how ideas build off each other, so it kind of comes in a full circle. And so it talks about the adjacent possible, which is, like, essentially, like, back in the day, humans only had rock and wood and fire. And then they took rock and fire and made, like, other stuff. I don't know, they made, like, sword and, like, axe. And then they made, like, food. And then as they made some stuff, it, like, builds off of each other. And it's just such an interesting book and such an interesting concept. And it has given me a couple ideas for YouTube. The first one is I made my own little, it's this kind of, I'll just show you guys. It's easier to show. It's this thing. I showed it in the stream eating the spicy foods. But so it's essentially I'm old now. I'm old. Say that in my good ear, Shani. Anyways, so it's essentially kind of like if I'm trying to come up with an idea for a video, right? Like, I sit down and I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. I should probably make a video, right? That's typically what YouTubers tend to do, is make videos. Boy came out of the closet. Dude, somebody clip that, dude. Boy came out of the closet. Confirmed. Anyways, and then I can think, like, okay, well, what, say that, I'm like, okay, what type of video do I want to make? Maybe it's a commentary video, because that's basically what I'm probably going to be doing, more commentary videos, focusing more on that. And then I'm like, okay, well, what about, like, a personal experience, right? And then I can, like, okay, well, what else? Personal experience, maybe it has to do with school, maybe it's, like, something that is, like, currently happening, right? Maybe it's, and it's easier to just, like, and I do also, like, that's what coming up with video ideas really isn't that much of an issue. I'll be right back. I need to show you guys something. I love wheeling around in my chair. It's so much fun. This new room is so amazing, dude. I feel like it's that one clip in Big Hero 6 where he's, like, designing Baymax's suit. But anyways, I have this notebook, which it's just like a general notebook, right? For anything really. You know, I mean, you know, like it isn't specifically about YouTube. This, you know, like for example, like here I got like albums that I want to listen to. I need to update this. This is I have a lot of new albums. Ooh, there's so many things I want to talk about. Okay. But so I have video ideas, and so like this entire page is filled with video ideas, and it started overflowing onto, you know, a different page. And then I have on my notes app, I have this whole thing about video ideas. And then I have this Google Doc. That's my school account. I have this Google Doc called Content Ideas. All this is video ideas. Not all of them are like full-formed videos. But I'm like, look at this. Look at this. And some of these are really old, dude. One of these, like... Some of these are crazy. I remember, there's this one time, like last year, like 2 years ago now, almost, because it was at the beginning of 8th grade, that I had this video idea, where I was like, I'm going to play 100 different video games, and make that a video. And it was like, okay, first one's Minecraft, second one is Fortnite, third one's Valorant, you know, fourth one is like whatever. And I started writing the script even, and it would make a banger video, dude. It would be such a good video. But I've canned it. I'm probably not gonna make that anytime soon. But it's still in the back of my mind. You know, it's a slow hunch, which is another thing talked about in the book. But anyway, so video ideas. And I'm gonna just use that as a pathway to go back to the book. Video ideas isn't a problem. I have so many ideas, and new ones come all the time. I also have this thing. This is from a stream that I did called Brainstorming Live, and these are all video ideas. A lot of them suggested by you guys. And I've done a couple of these, dude. Like TF2, I did that. There's mukbang. I've done that. What's in my closet? That was a video that some of you guys suggested. And I have a bunch of stuff. I don't know how well you can actually see it, but because essentially since I moved, I took out all the like essential stuff that I use day to day, which essentially it's just like my computer, and that this is the most important stuff. You know, like this is the thing that I use every day to like do YouTube, and you know, so this, and then there's like my books, and you know, a couple other things. Like my pencil sharpener especially is something that I really need to unpack, because my pencils are in desperate need of sharpening. And it's just like, I have so many pencils in my backpack, and I never, I guess I could just take them all and sharpen them at school, but first of all, that's awkward, right? Like just grabbing a fistful of pencils and walking up and then sharpening all of them. Second of all, my pencil sharpener is amazing and I love it. And Julie, I already know that you're gonna start calling me a nerd again, because I really am a nerd, and I had those people called me a nerd at my old school, people call me a nerd at my new school, because at the end of the day, I am a nerd. I get good grades in everything. I play solitaire and chess, and I read books, and I own a mechanical pencil sharpener. I asked for a mechanical pencil sharpener for Christmas. It's right here, dude. Who the hell owns a mechanical pencil sharpener? Like, I am a nerd, dude. And I'm bad at socializing. All the check boxes are checked, dude. You own a pencil sharpener? What a nerd. But yeah, so that like kind of web of video ideas, something that I came up with from reading this book. And another thing, the second like big idea that I got from reading this book was that I had this idea. It talked about something that hold on, I need to find the playlist. Okay. So it's this I also read books and are bad at people. I just don't get good grades because I procrastinate and don't want to do it. That's something that I actually like. One of the main reasons I'm really bad at homework. I never do homework. I have homework right now that I'm not doing because it's my birthday. I'm not doing homework on my birthday. Ew. No. But, like, that's what I actually think is, like, a major thing. I have a little bit of, like, imposter syndrome about, like, people are always saying that, like, oh, you know, like, congratulating me on my good grades and saying that I'm smart. And I am smart, but I feel like it you know, like, sometimes it's like I get imposter syndrome about that. Currently doing homework. That's good. That's good. Hey, standing ovation for that, dude. Respect on pursuing your academic prowess. But anyways, it's like I get imposter syndrome about, like, I feel like I didn't actually work hard to be smart or to get good grades. It just kind of happened. But at the same time, like, I feel like a lot of it is just the fact that, like, when I go to school, I get in that mindset of, like, I'm here in school to do my work. I have to do this work. And so I just show up at school and I do it. Yeah, I'm not focusing at all. Oh yeah, it's hard to focus when such a funny, entertaining individual is here live streaming. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Like, you know, like, if somebody assigns me work, I just do it, right? And I think it seems stupid and it seems obvious, but, like, a lot of my academic success, and, like, a good reason as to why I'm able to maintain academic success is just by, like, doing the work, honestly. Yo, what's up, Ian? How's it going? Exactly. You do hard work for it. You just find it easy to the point you don't see the point in homework. I think it's less that, like, I think it's more so, like, when I'm at school, I'm in that mindset of, like, I'm here to do work. And then as soon as I get home, like, first of all, I think homework is stupid. Yeah, thanks, Ian. I was about to say happy birthday to you, too. I don't know what I'm thinking. Wait, is it actually your birthday? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Now I lost it. Hold on. What was that? Oh, yeah. When I'm at school, I'm in that mindset of like, I'm here to do work. So I do my work. And then when I get home, I'm like, okay, I'm home. I can work on YouTube now. So then I start, and sometimes I just procrastinate YouTube. But for the most part, you know, like I'm just doing... Why didn't you tell me ages ago? I don't know, dude. I usually don't, like, I don't know, it seems a little weird to just tell people, like, hey man, it's my birthday. I don't know. When's your birthday, Ian? Because I can't remember. I feel like it's like during the summer, but at the same time I kind of feel like it's in February. I'm probably really off, dude. Oh, thank you, Jam Burger. It's in February. I knew it, dude. I knew it was in February. Yeah, thank you, Jam Burger. Jam Burger. What was I saying? But, so, like, when I get home and I'm like, okay, well, now I'm home, I can work on YouTube. And then I'm not, you know, like, I don't think, oh, I have to do that homework. But I do end up doing my homework. Oh, Hamburger. That makes more sense, actually. Than Jam Burger. Ham. Anyways, but so the second idea that this book gave me, I'm still on about that book, it's taking me so long to loop back around to get to these thoughts, is that I got the idea to do, because it talks about something that can't remember who does it exactly. I think it was Bill Gates. I think I did have a bookmarked page, right? Yeah, Bill Gates. He had this thing that he did where he would, throughout the year, compile a collection of books. Some of it related to his work at Microsoft. Some of it was, you know, just about other things that piqued his interest. Yes, it is sacrificing a child. That's what Bill Gates did, and that's what I'm doing as well. We're sacrificing children, and I'm taking yours next. Stay tuned, guys. That's the next stream. But so, what he would do is he would let's go. What he would do is that he would like take all these books and then take like a week vacation, and he would go out to some cabin, completely disconnect from everything, and then he would just read. And that's what he would do all weekend, and it would help him come up with ideas. New video. Butcher takes stranger's baby and sacrifices it. Exactly. That's gonna be my next video. That's a banger idea, dude. But anyways, and so, you know, and that's one of the subjects that the book talks about is, how, it's called acceptation. Not acceptation, like accepting things, but like accepting them. That's my first time saying the word out loud, actually, so I'm not 100% sure. But it's about how, like, you're taking ideas from, like, other practices and using them to, you know, with something else, something that wasn't its intended purpose. For example, maybe you, like, take a vacuum cleaner where its main idea or its main purpose is to clean something, and you use it to, like, I don't know, fish something from under your couch, right? That's the best example I could come up with on the fly, but, you know, it's essentially like taking things from other things. And so the main, like, purpose of those, like, reading vacations were to, like, kind of come up with new ideas. Because if you think about it, like, say that it takes you 3 weeks to read a book. By the time you move on to the next book, you've already forgotten most of what the first book talks about. So it's way easier to make connections if, you know, say that you just finished reading a book an hour ago and now you're on to the next one, and then now it's so much easier to make connections. And so then I thought I can do that with YouTube, because something that I've been doing recently, and it you know, like earlier I talked about how I'm not funny, and so, you know, I wasn't just gonna be there and complain about it. Oh, woe is me, I'm not funny, boo-hoo. Right? No, that's stupid. So what I've been doing is I've been studying stand-up comedians, and I've been studying other YouTubers. And I've been writing them all in this notebook. So, you know, I got this. I've just been, this one, I don't know, there's a bunch of blank space here. I don't know what to do about that, but so it's just like a bunch of notes, and some of these are quotes from another book that's really good. And so I was thinking about, and this keeps going, I'm really proud of this, dude. Locked in the Bill Gates, I think, exactly. How do you study the funny? I don't even know. That's things that, like, funniness is something that's very subjective and very hard. But that's what I'm just trying to find out, like, what actually makes these people funny. Right, for example, one of my favorite comedians, and it still goes, dude. It goes, I have, like, so many of these, and I'm so proud of myself for this. But for example, let's see. Some of my notes for John Mulaney. He's one of my favorite stand-up comedians. And, you know, so some of the notes I've had is, you know, for example, repetition. Repetition is something that I've learned can be very useful in comedy. His jokes are rhythmic. And again, I wrote it twice. Here you have repetition in all caps, and underlined. And again, you know, this one's like have running jokes / reference past jokes. It's always really funny if, right, like say that you have a joke at the beginning of the video, and then at the end of the video, you repeat it again in like a different way, or, you know, it's funny. It's funnier because you've heard it before. And so that's what I've been doing and I just have, so what I thought of is, what if I just do, you know, I use the Bill Gates method, right? I get locked in on the Bill Gates method, and I do that. So then what I've done, how do I, okay, wonderful, lovely. Just gonna put myself here for now. Here we go. So I have this playlist on YouTube now. It's just titled Bulk Note-Taking Session. Can you see that? No, you can't. I'm gonna have to move my camera. Or just move the whole thing. That also works. So you can see there are 109 videos. And, you know, it can still grow. It's still growing. And so it's a lot of these, most of these, it's just like YouTubers that I like, right? Obviously. And I'm just gonna And some of these are like, right, like how do you make something funny, and like how do comedians write jokes? That one is just, you know, it's like stand-up comedy. Schlatt, you guys can 100%, Schlatt and Tommy in it, you can like tell that they're big influences on me. Yeah, dude, those are like, oh man, it's even like, I've been like watching some more Technoblade, but like videos that I never actually got around to watching because it's just so good. Genuinely my favorite YouTuber out of like on the whole platform. And you can see, dude, a lot of these. Ice Cream Sandwich, I love this guy's videos. Clutchy, I want to make a video. I've been planning on making rest in peace, dude, honestly. But I've had this idea that's like making a video that's just talking about all my favorite YouTubers. And I recorded it, and I decided that it wasn't good enough, especially like if I'm gonna tag the creators in the description, and if there's a chance that they might see it. And I was like, I don't want them to see this, right? I looked at the recording and I was like, this is terrible. I'm gonna have to do it later. I'm gonna get funny first. West Jet, he makes some pretty funny stuff. A little bit of Penguin Zero. And then, you know, this is just like a bunch of different YouTubers. And this is kind of what I'm saying about making connections, is that it isn't just like one line. It's like a bunch of different things. I don't even remember. Oh, Zigzag. I remember this guy makes like sort of similar content. Arch, I love this dude's content. Funky. All of these people, dude, I love their content. And that's why I'm kind of, you know, gonna study them to see what I like about them, what makes them good. Jawbreaker Juice, if you guys have never seen Jawbreaker Juice, you guys are missing out. Rick's F1 Addiction, and more Technoblade, obviously, and then some more John Mulaney. And so it's just like my plan is to take like a weekend. What I'm planning is a weekend, but I might have to expand it to like a week. But, you know, my plan is to say I wake up Saturday morning. I can't do it this weekend. I'm hoping maybe next weekend I can actually do this. But that I can, like, at the start of the week, or the weekend, right? Maybe even Friday after school, right? That it'd be like Friday, I get home as soon as possible, turn on YouTube, grab my notebook, and just, like, watch the whole playlist, right? I just go video after video, taking notes, and even like switching over to Netflix, watching a couple stand-up comedy specials, or even just like comedy shows in general, and just taking notes the whole time, which first of all would grow my notes, right? And what I want to do is not just like write things down, but also read my own notes, so that way, like, to better understand them, to better learn from them. But so my plan would be to just spend the entire weekend, right? I go to sleep Friday, and then I wake up Saturday, back at it again, and like the whole day, obviously with like breaks, right? I would still eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I would still, maybe I'd go out for like a bike ride or a run. And I was supposed to still spend time with family and all that important stuff. I love this song, dude. That's another video idea that I've had, is like all my favorite Nintendo songs. But anyways, and I would spend the whole day taking notes. And then the next day I would do it all over again. That's all I would do that weekend. And that's my plan. Hopefully the weekend, I would love to do it this weekend, Memorial Day, but I'm going up to see some of my cousins. And they're also pretty cool. But his family, as cool as his hard work and dedication. No, I'm just kidding. I really do love my cousins, and it's gonna be fun. But I would love to have a 3-day weekend to do that. But I can just do it next weekend. There might be less videos this month, like this next month. because my plan is I'm going to Mexico for the summer for a month, and to my camp for another. That's what I do every summer. So what I'm gonna do probably is just do a bunch of recordings, and I can edit them in Mexico. At my camp, I won't have access to my computer, so I'm just gonna have to make videos and schedule them. But, so yeah, my plan is to take, is to just record a bunch in the days, you know, in the last, like, week or two before I leave. And then I have a bunch of recordings that I can edit in Mexico. But anyways, so yeah, that is a plan of mine. Is this whole, like, you know, bulk note-taking session is something that I'm really looking forward to. I think it'll definitely be... Did I not add Potato War 3 to it? No, here it is. Okay. I was gonna say, I need to have the whole series there. So good, dude. His videos are so good. He was taken too early. Really sucks. Anyways. I'm getting off track here. Essentially, yeah, this is something I'm really excited for. It's gonna be tough, for sure, right? Like, I'm going to Mexico in July. Nice, dude. I'm leaving early July, though, so we might miss each other. Plus, Mexico is, like, whole country, so... you know, we might miss each other entirely. You might be, like, on the other side. Anyways. You know, like, I can see how, you know, once, say that, like, Sunday, once I've already spent, like, hours doing this, it'd get really grueling, but I'm just gonna power through it because, you know, what am I looking for? I'm trying to... There we go. But yeah, I'm really excited to do that, dude. And especially because, and that's what I've been trying to do. You should buy me a pig from Mexico and bring it back to me. Why a pig? Yo, thank you, Chuck Key. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, just something that I've been doing. I'm really proud of myself, actually. For doing this sort of stuff, just because, like, you know, like, I'm trying to, I want to do YouTube full time, especially now that I'm 16. I'm old enough to get the J word, the J slur. We don't say that word around here, but I'm old enough to get a job now. So pigs are cute unless you want to buy me a possum. Why specifically a pig or a possum from Mexico? Was there something wrong with American pigs? Mexico isn't really known for its pigs necessarily. Or possums. I don't even know what the word for possum is in Spanish, dude. Okay, but it's just, like, better? Probably, yeah. Mexico is definitely has more farmland, or more better, you know, more of a history of agriculture. But it's animal raising, not agriculture. Yeah, I see the blue thing hanging down. Yeah, it's really cool, dude. My mom put it up. Shout out to my mom. But anyways, yeah, I'm really proud of myself, and that's what I've been trying to do. Whenever I'm, like, watching YouTube, I try to have this notebook out, and I'm just taking notes. Because as I said, I'm old enough to get a job now, and I don't want to get a job. I want to keep, you know, it take away time from doing YouTube. And I want to do YouTube full time eventually. So I've been really trying to, like, you know, improve on my craft. And it, you know, it's just like a sport, right? If you want to get really good at basketball, right, then you study how others play. You study their moves. And that's essentially what I'm doing in terms of YouTube. What other decorations did you get? I don't know. You can kind of see it up there. There's that thing. It says happy birthday. I don't know. My mom really, like, put a bunch of stuff up this year. It's really nice of her. I don't know why she, you know, it was more stuff than usual. Hand. Any balloons or banners? Well, yeah, well, there's that banner. It says happy birthday. There's a couple balloons as well. I want to go buy a helium balloon and inhale the helium to have the, like, high-pitched voice. I really want to do that, dude, so bad. And there's a dollar store. It's not too far from me. I can just, like, bike there real quick. And I will do that on one of these streams, dude. 100%. Soon, actually. Hopefully. I'll just go live. That's the whole stream, dude. Will just be a helium balloon. I'm just gonna title it "Inhaling a Helium from a Helium Balloon," and then I'm gonna pop helium balloon. Hi guys, how's it going? Is that bad for your health to intake helium? Because it's like, as I'm talking about this, it sounds like something that would be very unhealthy. It sounds like a bad thing to do, to, like, inhale helium. Chat. Alright, why is caps lock on? Helium. Is helium bad for you? Here we go. Although helium is non-toxic and inert, it can act as a simple asphyxiant by displacing oxygen in the air to levels that are below that required to support life. Inhalation of helium in excessive amounts can cause dizziness, nausea, vomiting, loss of consciousness, and death. Okay, chat, I might die. But it says in excessive amounts, so maybe how much helium is bad for you? Health-wise, there will be no detrimental effects if you inhale a huge breath of helium. If you continuously inhale helium, however, you will suffer from inert gas asphyxiation. So essentially, as long as it's not too much. I just gotta be really light about it. So yeah, chat. Do I do the stream? I'm clipping it. Come on, dude. Well, good thing that I have a stream clips section in my Discord server, link in the description, where you can check it out. That's actually, it's gonna be so useful at the end of the year when I'm doing that, like, when I'm doing my, like, best of 2025, that's gonna be really useful. I need to start working on that now, actually, because then what happens is that I end up... The easy part is the videos. It's the streams that are always so hard, because I'm not trying to sit down and watch all of my streams. I mean, I do the math at the end of the year all the time, and I mean, I say all the time, but I've only done it the past 2 years. But still, it's always like 60 hours worth of streams, and I don't want to sit through all that. Most of that is boring. And that's why it's so helpful when people clip things. Obviously, some streams, like for example, you know, of my recent streams, there's the one that's me eating spicy foods. That one I don't need to go through because I already made a video off of it. But, for example, reacting to Minecraft Live, that is something that I would have to go through because I would have, you know, and it's tough. So what I want to be doing is, like, get ahead of that. So that way at the end of the year, you know, like, I want to, what I should be doing really is after every stream, instantly... Alright, Poi, I'm gonna go poop on your bro in Fortnite real quick. Okay. Okay, Jay Hamburg. Dude, for a second, when I first read that message, I thought that you were notifying me that you were gonna go take a number 2, like, in the bathroom. And I was like, I don't need to know that, dude. Just like, attention everyone, I have an announcement to make. I'm going to go take a dump. This is so stupid. Oh, man. Oh, I love this song, dude. Any Animal Crossing song. Animal Crossing song is so good. It's all I use in my videos. What's up, chat? But yeah, so another thing that I've been working on, and I love talking about YouTube. I hate that I'm so like shy about it because I'd love to talk about it all the time to like anyone at school. But anyways, another thing that I've been doing is what I've been trying to work on, like just working, right? If that makes any sense. Is I've been trying to work on, like, when I get home, I get straight to editing or recording or whatever I need to be doing for YouTube, right? Because what will happen a lot of days is that I will get home from school and I'll be like, man, I'm so tired. I'm just going to lay down and sit on my phone for a second. And then I just sit like that all day. My jaw feels a little funny. I don't know. I keep doing this, like, and it looks so stupid doing it, dude. It looks like a really dumb smile. Anyways, so yeah, like I'll just procrastinate all day and I won't get anything done, and that's gonna get me nowhere, right? So what I'm currently trying to work on is I get home, and I get straight to editing, and I've been doing decently good at that. There is 100% still room for improvement, especially days when, like, what I really need practice on is days when I'm feeling like less so physically tired, but more like, well, and not necessarily like mentally tired, more like just like emotional, I guess. I don't know, like days when I'm not feeling 100% like, I don't like this song too much. This is, I don't know. But yeah, days that I'm just not, you know, like say that I'm like just feeling a little down, or that I'm like not feeling motivated to do it, or that I'm just like, you know, because sometimes I get into this mood where it's like I don't want to do anything, right? That there's like just nothing really that I want to do. It's weird, really. It's like I don't want to really go to sleep. I don't want to, there's no like videos or shows or movies that I'm like, I want to watch that. Or there's no, you know, I don't want to work on YouTube. I don't want to, you know, it's just like a plain, I don't know. It's weird. And it's not too often, right? It's a very, it's more of a rare occurrence, but it happens. And you know, it's like, what I'm trying to work on now is to just like suck it up, thug it out, go through that, and like, you know, go you to just work, right? Just have that, like, you know, that work ethic of that I show up every day and work for as long as I can. I need to be obsessive about it. I'm not as obsessive as I feel I should be. But I do think about it in school, and it's very, like, I can't remember what it was. But I think, like, I think about YouTube, like, all the time, and I think about, you know, it's very, like, it's very, you know, like, I feel like a lot of things in my mind I somehow transition into, like, that's content, right? Like, I can't remember what it was, but this morning, right as I was waking up, something happened, and I was like, I can turn that into a video, or like, I can talk about that in a video, or something about, like, I can turn that into content. Yeah, and it's just very, like, you know, I still feel like I need to be more obsessive about it, but I am very, like, I think about it very frequently. You know, it's a very, like, it's funny. I feel like if I got ran over by a car, right? Like, I'd get run over and I'd be like, ah, my leg, it's broken, it's sideways, it's at a 90-degree angle, it's a parabola, the quadratic equation, no. And then I would, you know, as I'm being driven to the hospital, I'd be like, damn, this is gonna make a banger video, dude. I'm gonna get so many pity subs out of this. Yeah. But so yeah. Also, I want to do this stream that's like reacting to old content. I've done this before. And it was really fun, and it was so amazing. Mainly just like, I got to talk about YouTube for hours without worrying about, like, too much about, like, context, and about, like, people, like, not understanding, and about, you know, like, I just yapped about, like, my channel and like, things on YouTube for so long, and it was so much fun. Like, I just want to go in depth onto, like, every video and be like, during this video, this was happening, or this is the thought process behind that, or this is something that I've already improved on, or why don't you do a vlog when we go to Target? Maybe. I could. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. I love this song also, the one that's playing. Any Animal Crossing song. A million times. We wrote it. Okay, so then, the next books that I'm gonna read, that I am reading. Steal Like an Artist. This one I've already read before. I had already... read this book once, and it was amazing. So I took it out the library, and I'm reading it again. And it's so good, and I'm writing down, like, a bunch of quotes from it as well. It's amazing. If you do anything creative, read this book. It is so helpful and so good. And it's like, for a lot of different, you know, because YouTube is a very new thing. And it hasn't really been taken that seriously for most of it, right? I mean, for most people, they hear of YouTube and they think it's just like some fun hobby. Right? And it's not seen on the same level as, say, like sports or, you know, music or, you know, but it is very similar. It's still like a craft that you need to work on. While reading this book, everything is so applicable to YouTube. It always gets me so excited. And I want to buy this book. I always rent it from the library, but I want to buy it just because it genuinely like motivates me and pushes me to do YouTube. Most funny things happen when it's not planned. Plus, it'll be the wonderful, funny, beautiful friend. What? Plus, I'll be there, the wonderful, funny, beautiful friend. I don't understand that last part. But yeah, I do agree with the first part. And not only that, but also like so many of my favorite videos are ones like I'm just going to pull up my channel. Hey, 2.6k views. That's decent, dude. For short, that's decent. A lot of my favorite videos are my favorite just because they were so fun to make. The downtown vlog, I had so much fun like doing that recording and just like going downtown and fooling around with one of my best friends. And same with where is it? This one, the Fortnite ripoff one, the 1v1 LOL video. So the story behind that one is amazing, dude. So me and Tetro were going to do the Fortnite live event together. It was like at the end of like the first round of Fortnite OG. But then, you know, the servers went down. There's like such a long wait line. And we were like, this is stupid, right? It was, and it has this vibe to it in my memory of like, it wasn't a weekend, but we weren't at school. We just had the whole day. And so we were just like, well, this is stupid. Do you want to play 1v1 LOL? Yeah, sure. And so we played that and we recorded it. And I had so much fun that day. And so whenever I have a lot of fun during the recording, editing the video is a lot of fun too, because it's like kind of reliving the moment, right? And so it makes me, you know, want to do it more. It makes me try, you know, it just makes for a better video. And you can like feel the funness and the joy through the screen. You can feel it, you know, and it just makes for a better video. And so those are always my favorite videos, are the ones where, and that's actually another thing that this book and this book touch on, is that a lot of the best work doesn't come from when you're trying to make the best work. A lot of the best work is like the side projects and like the smaller things that end up taking off. And that end up, you know, it's the things that you do for fun, with passion. That is what makes the best stuff. And it even applies to like in sports, right? And I'm watching The Last Dance, the documentary about the Bulls team and about Michael Jordan, sorry. And it's like whenever they would make him mad and would, you know, it was like they were doing this like practice game for the dream team and for the Olympics. And Magic Johnson said something and was like, oh, you know, you're not as good now. Or like, this ain't, you know, the Bulls stadium, this ain't, I don't know, you need to jump better or something. And they like offended him. He took it personally. And then he just started playing really good, because there was that passion, there's that fire. But anyways, and then there's this book, The Mamba Mentality by Kobe Bryant. First of all, rest in peace. He was also another figure taken too soon. And I remember I read this a little bit with my family. It was like way back in the day. And I've had this book for a while, and I remember the one thing I remember is that he was like, he studied the rules and where the refs were supposed to be positioned, so that way he could foul people and get away with it. But I feel like this book is gonna have a lot of insight. The only problem is that I can't really bring it to school. I could, I guess, but it's just so big. Right? Like, it's the book is massive. But yeah, like, I feel like it's gonna have a lot of insight. I'm just gonna have to read this at home. Maybe like before I go to bed, I'll just do a little bit of reading. But yeah, this is another book that I want to read. Really excited about it. Maybe I'll incorporate it in my big note-taking session. Ooh, for that one, I gotta get the other two, because this has, like, a couple other... Yeah, right here. Show your work. That's, like, the next book that I doubt it's gonna be as good, but, you know, anything, really, that I can get my hands on that would help me, I'm taking. I'm taking, and I'm running with it, dude. Because that's the thing, is that if I actually want to do this as a career, if I actually want to get good at this, I need to treat it. I need to do the work, dude. I need to do what it takes. If I want to do this seriously, then I need to treat it seriously, right? Yeah, I love doing this sort of stuff, dude. Like, just talking about YouTube. It's like, I could do this for hours, man. Which is exactly what I've been doing, actually. I've been live for about an hour. Most of this has been about me talking about YouTube. Just because it's so much fun, man. I've been watching videos on my editing software. DaVinci Resolve is what I use, and I was thinking about how, like, you know, I was this quote from somewhere, not quote, you know, as in like, oh, this is what the famous dude said one time, but it was more of like, you know, like, somebody said that, like, an editor is only as good as, you know, like, an editor needs, if they know their software really well, then they're really good. And it was talking more so about, like, how the actual software used, like, you know, DaVinci Resolve versus Premiere Pro. That sort of stuff doesn't matter as much. It's more so how much you know your editing software. And I was like, I need to know my editing software. So that's what I've been doing. I've been watching some videos on it. I think sometimes this work is fun. This sort of, like, more intense, more serious work is fun. Other times, not as much. But I feel like at the end of the day, I get so much pride out of knowing that I'm trying this hard. That's what I would rather. Even if my channel never takes off, even if I can never actually get this to work, just the fact that I'm putting in all this work makes me happy. Obviously, there's still that goal. I'm still gunning for that. I'm still trying to go full time and trying to be the best we can at this. But just the fact that I'm putting in this effort makes me happy. In other words, the other day I got an Oreo ice cream cake for my, like, you know, when I went to Six Flags. That was like the big, like the actual celebration. And it's like a tradition at this point. It's been going on for since I was like 8 or 9, honestly. Is I've always gotten an Oreo ice cream cake from Dairy Queen on my birthday. And it's so good. If you guys have never had it, you guys need to try it. The ice cream itself is pretty good. And then there's this like Oreo crumble in there that's amazing. And then the best part is this like little chocolatey sauce in the middle. Woohoo! So good. I love food. I love food so much. I've had it. It's so good. I know, dude. It's so amazing. And that's what, like, I remember I was, you know, thinking about, and I was like, do I really want one this year, right? Do I even need a cake? And I was, you know, once I started eating, I was like, I remember, I know why I have this every year, dude. It's because, part of it is, yeah, because it's tradition, and I love that sort of tradition, right? I'm not the biggest fan of change. I don't do well with change, and having those little traditions, I like those. But also, the cake is so good, man. And I just love food in general, man. The other day, this is a very interesting story, actually. So the last week, or like 2 weeks ago, 11 days ago, to this day, it was my mom's birthday. We have very close birthdays. And so as I was, you know, we went out, and me and my brother were going to buy her some ice cream. So we went to this ice cream shop to get her some ice cream, and turns out it was closed. So then we found this other place, and we were like trying to find it, and it told us that it was on this corner. But this corner, we already, you know, I see it every day on my bus to go to school. It's like right across from my stop, and it's this like heavy metal bar / restaurant. And that's where it said this like ice cream place was, and we're like, is it? I don't know. And so we just kind of sat down on the this like kind of porch-ish area, this like stoop outside of the restaurant, right? That it was like where like the person who lives above the restaurant would come out. And so we're just sitting there trying to find some like ice cream place to go to. And as I'm sitting there, I'm sitting on the stoop there. The rest of my family was just sitting there out standing. I'm not making any sense right now, but you guys understand what I'm saying, and that didn't make sense, but still. And so this guy walks out from the door that I'm standing behind with an empty beer glass. He's like, oh, sorry, hi. And we're like, oh, sorry. We'll move. And and we were like, Mama goes, oh, sorry, it was just, do you know where this ice cream place is? We're just trying to, they were gonna buy me ice cream because it's my birthday. And the guy goes, oh, hey, yeah, the ice cream place is in this heavy metal bar slash restaurant. I'm actually the owner of the place. You know, come in, I'll buy you mac and cheese. And I'll get you some ice cream. Ok. Sí, ahorita ya termino. And now, okay, I lost my train of thought. So he goes, yeah, I'll buy you some ice cream. I'll get you some mac and cheese. And we're like, oh, wow, okay. So we walk in. There's heavy metal playing. My mom doesn't like heavy metal. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of most music genres. I'm actually planning on making a whole video on music. But I mean, if you look at my Spotify, right now I'm listening to more rock. Not heavy metal necessarily, but just rock. The Killers, I have a playlist right here it's alt rock, like alternative rock. I'm probably gonna... but right now it's just the Killers, because I've listened to a couple of their albums. Hot Fuss, I love it, dude. I love the vibes of it. Then there's my rock playlist. Has mainly Nirvana. Has also a lot of Deftones. And a little bit of Pixies. There's one song only, I think. But yeah, I've also listened to a couple. I have my playlist of R&B. Got Kali G, SZA, Frank Ocean, a little bit of Tyler, the Creator. There's jazz. I got like fast jazz, right? Like, that's sort of like. What was that, dude? And then I have just normal jazz. This one's titled Jazz. And then I have smooth jazz. And then this one's 60s rock and roll. And then I got reggaeton. And then this is 80s disco. And then this one's cumbia. And then I got my playlist with corridos. This is one of my big ones. And then there's obviously rap. This is my second longest playlist technically. But my longest like actual playlist that's dedicated to one specific thing. And this is just like basically any rap song. But I do have this one. It's called The Vibes, and it has all these. It's a short one, but it's very curated. And it has. It's just like the main thing is just like chill rap songs, but it's also like mainly ones with like vocals in the background. All this to say, I can listen to heavy metal. I do like some heavy metal. And so we walk in this place, and you would expect it to be very aggressive, very, like the people there are like, I'm tough, I listen to heavy metal. But we walk in, and the hostess, who has, she just like is like, hi, hey, greets us with a big smile and is very friendly. And then like as we're walking to the table, this other person who ends up being our waitress is just like, and it's very nice. And all the people there were really nice. My mom had a nice chat with this lady who's our waitress. And the mac and cheese was so good. And the ice cream was pretty good too. But the mac and cheese, man, oof. I want to go back there, dude. The mac and cheese. But yeah, all this to say is I love food. I am a very skinny person, but I'm a big back at heart. I love eating. What I'll do, I do this so often after school, is I'll just come home and I'll grab like a bag of microwave popcorn. We have like this big Costco box. And I grab like one of those packets of microwave popcorn. I'll put it in the microwave, pop, pop, pop. Pour it in a bowl. I don't eat the whole thing in one sitting as I'm like watching YouTube. And it's like, it's amazing. My favorite thing to do to like relax. Is it? I mean, like watching YouTube is, yeah, my favorite thing to do to relax. But like the popcorn. Oh shoot, my dad's calling me. I gotta end the stream now, I guess. But yeah, I love food. Mexican food especially. Wow, I just zoned out. That was... Ya. Te acabo de marcar. Sí, ahorita ya voy terminando. Ya casi. Honestly, I'm excited. I wish the stream could go on for longer. Mainly just to talk about music. That is, like... That's another thing I could talk about for a long time. Not as long as YouTube. But I mean, just like music in general. There's this album I listen to. It's called Two Airships / Exploder Falls. And I seriously recommend it. It's 2 songs, but it's 30 minutes. And it's a very defined sound, but it's very nice. I found it on the short, and it talked about how, you know, the album kind of gives like childhood vibes of like running through a meadow or something. May 22nd is my birthday. That's sick, dude. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday in advance. Dude, it's crazy. I have so many family members that were born in May. It's like half my family was born in May. Well, I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, I think, maybe 8 family members born in May. And then there's also... I got a friend whose birthday is May 20th. Now I know someone who's 22nd. I used to go to school with this girl whose birthday is the 21st, also, you know, today. And Coin, their birthday is today also. So it's very crazy. I love your videos, and my favorite is the spicy food challenge. Hey, thank you so much, man. That's one of my favorites. I had a lot of fun recording it, and usually I try to get a video out every week, but I took 2 weeks on that one just because I wanted it to, you know, I really wanted to take my time with that one, make it the best I could. And I think it turned out really well. It's one of my favorites as well. Yeah, thank you so much. You didn't do the last food though. Which? I did all of them. There was 3. This is the Takis, the ramen, and the tajin. Should have grabbed like a ghost pepper or something. Okay. That's going to be the end of the stream, guys. 100%. 100 gorillas versus the Rock. For real, dude. Anyways, I'm 100% going to be doing similar streams. So this was so much fun. I forgot how much fun streaming was. Yeah, it's I haven't streamed in a while. I haven't been as consistent with that. Mainly, you know, like May was has been a very busy month. But I'm 100% going to be streaming more. It's very fun. It's very fun to do so. And new video this Saturday for sure. There's going to be a video. I do need to, you know, get cracking on that one because I'm not. I want to see your friend in another video. Yeah, that probably will happen. If I can, there's this game that I want to play with him that I think would make good content. But yeah, so that's going to be the stream. Definitely going to be streaming more often. I forgot how fun this was, and I didn't even get around to playing Minecraft. Which is, I wanted to do that. Yeah, thank you to Soot Whisker, Julie, Alejandro, Adventure Time 1203, Ian, J Hamburger, Chuck Key, and Jeremiah for typing in the chat. And thank you to anybody else who watched the stream, even if you didn't say anything. Also appreciated. Very much so. I appreciate all of you guys. Seriously. It's, you know, it's cliche, but I do mean it. I really do appreciate the fact that you guys watch my content. And that especially these streams, the videos, those... You know, like a lot of you guys, you know, like I'm just like talking here. I'm just yapping. And a lot of you guys stick around to hear me, and I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, the Minecraft Discord, that one's a good one. It's also very popular. It popped off, man. Yeah, and thank you guys all so much. Very happy birthday to me. And I'll see you guys on the next one. By the way, look at these flowers. Aren't they sick? Okay, bye.